It's going to be hard. Let me just get straight into the episode. My name is Jelan Abrams, and this is the Unknown and Talented Podcast. This podcast is to motivate, inspire, pretty much let you know that anything is possible. Most of the times I'm talking to someone that is hesitating, not starting, thinking about it, procrastinating. Those are the people I'm usually talking to. I'm not talking to them today. Today I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you that has your vision board up, you have your goals set, and you're actually going after what you want in life. Now you realize that it's a lot harder than you thought. Listen to the motivational videos, getting you all hyped up, getting you ready to rock, ready to take over this week. That's cool. That's the easy to listen to, but to actually do it is hard. To actually change your life, change your family's life, get generational wealth, that's hard. Everybody doesn't deserve that. The way we separate the average from the above average to the extraordinary are the struggles that you're facing right now. That's the separation. You have to be able to get through that to get where you want to be. One point in my life, I lacked confidence. I always wasn't this positive person that you see today. I had to go through times where I was sad, where I was insecure, where I was negative, where I lacked confidence. But I went through a season of time to actually mold myself into who I am today. I remember like it was yesterday. I turned 28 and my birthday came and I was not happy. I'm like, what did I do with my life? I felt like I did nothing. And I said, I'm going to change my life this year. When I turn 29, I'm going to be an entirely different person. But what I didn't realize is how hard it was going to be. My change was my confidence. All I wanted to do was improve my confidence. I said I was going to go to the gym, change my body to build my confidence up. I was going at it almost every day. I didn't see any change until the 4th month. So that's 16 weeks of hard work. On the 15th week, I could have quit. I could have said, I've been going at this for 15 weeks and I have not seen a change in my body. And then I would have been average for the rest of my life. When you're doing something for the first time, you don't know how long it's going to take before you're able to break that ice. So you just got to keep going. It might feel like you're doing something forever, but you got to keep going. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but everybody's not making money. But you're going to have to keep going, keep trying different things so you can actually start making that money. So you can actually make enough money to say, yo, I'm going to be quitting this job. But that's hard to do. Everybody doesn't get that. The easy thing is to do is just to work, come home, chill, wake back up, go to work. It's not easy to wake up early and do things before work. Then to work 8 hours, 12 hours sometimes for some of y'all, and then do more work when you get off, and then be off on the weekends, but not off actually working for your goals, for the things you want to change in your life. I'm recording this right now. This is the 3rd episode I've recorded on a weekend, and most of the people are off. Why? Because I want it. I want it more. I want my life to change. I know I'm gonna have to do extra stuff to be able to get where I want to be. I wake up 4:30 every morning, even on the weekends. Why? It's because I know that average is not waking up at that time. And I want to be above average. I want to be extraordinary. So I got to do more. These things are not easy, but you're going to have to figure out what things you have to do to be able to change your life so you're not average. One thing I suggest that pretty much anybody can do is work on your time management. Think about what extra pockets of time you can be able to put in so you can be productive for chasing that goal to be able to change your life. Let's say you work 9 to 5. Well, 9, you got to be productive. After 5, you got to be productive. The weekends, you have to be productive. You have to find all these little pockets of time to be able to productive. And that the more productive you are, that's the faster you can be able to change your life. If you just say, yo, I'm just going to be working after work, I want to be sleeping in the morning times, it's going to take you longer to get where you want to be. You got to think about when you're at work, what are you doing during your lunch break? What are you doing during those 15-minute breaks you have at work? That's the time you want to be productive. You got to use every moment of life because we're not getting younger. We're not getting younger. My audience is about 25 to 35. We're not getting younger. We're going to keep getting older. Right now, we're grown adults, and we're going to keep getting older and older and older and older. And you don't want to get to a point where you're old and you regret not going after those goals that you wanted to go after when you had the energy to do it. When you're in your 60s, you're not going to have the energy to do it anymore. When you're in your 70s, you're not going to have the energy to do it. I'm not saying you can't do it. You still can, but you're not going to have the same energy you had when you were younger. So you got to use that time wisely now. So to get deeper in that time management, you want to actually set blocks of time that you're actually doing things. So just to speak about me from experience, I set certain blocks that I'm going to be writing a script. So let's say I wake up at 4:30, right? 5:30 to 6, that's when I'm writing a script for a podcast. 6 to 7, I might be editing. 7 to 8, I might be recording. So every block, you're actually doing something productive, so you're able to actually get something done. So at the end of the week, you said, okay, this is all the things I did. You're not just saying, oh, I was just doing stuff at a certain time, because you're not going to be productive that way. Because you can always find stuff to do, but to be productive, you want to actually schedule everything out, because your entire life was scheduled. When you were a baby, you were on a sleep schedule, an eating schedule. When you were in school, they got different periods for different activities. You got science this time, math this time, social studies this time, lunch, recess, gone. When you started work, they got certain times you're doing certain things. You're going to be on lunch at this time. This is when you take a break. This is when you do this. So everything is actually scheduled out. So why not make your life like that? Why not put yourself on a schedule to make sure that you are productive as possible? These multi-billion-dollar businesses are putting you on a schedule. You can do the same thing with your life. But I'm not telling you to work yourself to the ground. I don't want you to get burned out, because this is something that you're going to have to do for a long time, pretty much forever, So you don't want to be in a habit of doing so much that you get burned out. So also set times to have fun. For me, Wednesdays are my off days. I'm chilling. Me and my wife watching Netflix, going on a date. We're doing something. We are chilling, because this is the time that I am just free. Because if I'm working every single day trying to reach that goal, once you reach your goal, you can't stop. It's going to keep going. So you want to make sure when you set that schedule, it's something you can maintain so you don't get burned out. Because once you hit that burnout point, all that hard work you did is going to go to waste, because now you're going to need a longer break. You might need a 2-month break because you went so hard and now you burned out. We don't want that. We want something to continuously going. So now once we reach that goal, we can get to different levels because we already build a habit of doing it. But you want to make sure that whatever you choose, whatever schedule you have, is something you can maintain. So the next thing you can do is set realistic goals. If you're an entrepreneur, don't say, I'm going to hit $1,000 tomorrow if you haven't even had a $100 day. Don't do that. Set something that's achievable. Because as hard as you're going to have to work to get where you want to be, you want to make sure that you're actually enjoying the journey as well. This is how you enjoy the journey, by setting things that are realistic. So now you said, I worked super hard to get where I'm at now. I'm happy. Celebrate. Pause. Be excited. Live in the moment. You was able to do something. I recently hit 1,000 subscribers and I was happy. I was excited. Of course, my goal is to get monetized and all of this, but that was one of the steps to get monetized. The first step is to get 1,000 followers. The next step is to get 4,000 watch hours. I'm marked off one step. That means I'm doing something right. I'm happy. Doesn't mean I'm gonna stop. That means I know I got to even go harder to reach that next goal. But I was happy. I was excited. And that's what y'all got to make sure y'all are doing. Y'all are stopping, celebrating the small win, and now we're getting to that next one. And the last thing, probably the most important thing, is your mindset. You're going to have a positive mindset through this journey. That's the one thing I don't feel like motivational speakers talk about. They don't talk about the failures you're going to face. You're going to face so many failures. You're going to think you're doing everything right. You're moving in the right direction. You're super positive, this and that. And then you fail. And now that's the day you might say, man, I feel like quitting. But you don't quit, because you got to expect that. Expect you're going to fail. Expect you do all this. You wake up at 3 o'clock for 3 months straight and you still don't reach your goal. That's okay. But what you want to do is learn how to pivot. Don't quit, pivot. You got to adjust the way you're doing things. Well, when I hit my goal of 1,000 YouTube subscribers, I said I'm going to hit it by August 1st. I remember that date because I was like, I was scared I wasn't going to get it. And going up to that date, I realized that I was possibly not going to get it. And I was kind of stressing out, to be honest with you, because I'm like, man, I said this, but I don't think I'm going to get it. What I decided to do, I decided to post what we call YouTube shorts. So I posted a bunch of YouTube shorts and I was like, I'm gonna post all my old clips that I have already that didn't do good. Let's see if they do good now and start building up subscribers. And it did. I legit got to 1,000 subscribers at like 11 o'clock, July 31st, right before my actual goal, because I pivot. The thing I was doing wasn't working. So I had to change a little bit. I could have been frustrated, but like, man, everything I'm doing ain't working. Change it up a little bit. I adjusted. But I had that mindset that this was going to happen. I had the mindset that when I set this goal, I knew what I was doing when I set the goal wasn't going to work. I knew I was going to have to do more. But I was able to build that habit of doing what I was doing. So now when I realized it wasn't going to work, I knew I had the energy to do something more. So don't get discouraged. Set those goals. Have that mindset of like, this might not happen, but I'm going to keep doing it. And if it doesn't happen, I'm going to pivot and do something else. And that's it. You got to have the skills to pivot. If you're a basketball fan, Hakeem Olajuwon, he's pivoting all day. he's pivoting all day. And that's what you got to do. Y'all got to pivot. Pivot like Hakeem. Pivot like Hakeem. And I actually got one more point. I want y'all to treat everything in life the same way you treat this goal you want to achieve. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you're working your 9 to 5 and you getting there late because you're like, man, I'm working on my business, I get here whatever time I get here. No, we can't do that, because now you're getting in the habit of being late. So now when you finally get over the hump and you actually be able to quit, and now you're a full-time entrepreneur, you build a habit of being late. So now when you time to do your thing, you late because it's a habit you already built. It's all about having those good habits. So make sure your place is clean, because when you're on that next level, you're going to have a cleaner place. The next level comes with so many more challenges. So you want to make sure that where you're at right now, no matter if it's your business or whatever, that you actually getting everything together. Everything is as good as possible. Make sure you're early. Make sure your place is clean. Make sure all these little things that you might take for granted, make sure all that's together, because you're going to get a lot. You think the challenges are hard now where you're at? You haven't seen nothing. Like Biggie said, more money, more problems. More money, more problems. The more money you have, the more things you're going to have to deal with. So you want to make sure that you good where you at now. So when you're on that next level, it's still going to be hard, but you're going to be able to get through it because you're used to those good habits. But that's pretty much all I got for y'all today. I know this was a different kind of episode. I know, like I said, I'm more of the motivational, but today I feel like being real. I didn't want to just give y'all false hope, like, once you start, it's going to be okay. It's not. It's not. Some days you're not going to feel like doing it. Some days you're going to feel like quitting. A lot of days you're going to feel like quitting. But the days that you feel like quitting and you continuously do it, that's when your life changes. Those moments, not when you have the best day and you achieved everything you wanted to do for the day. Those are not the days that change your life. The days that change your life are the day that you felt like quitting. Those bad days and you still did what you had to do. Those are the days that actually gonna make you the beast, make you that person that you want to be in that next season of your life. So my name is Jelan Abrams. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. This is Unknown and Talented. Make sure y'all share, comment. Let me know what y'all going through. Leave it in the comments. Tell me what you're actually doing to get over that. Because I'm not going to give you no motivation. I'm not going to tell you it's okay, you're going to get through it. It's going to happen. If you're struggling, that means you're moving in the right direction. Whenever the tension gets tight, that's when you know you're going in the right direction. Because you're about to bust through that wall and get to the next stage. When it's tight, that's when you know you close. When it's hard, when you feel like quitting, that's when you know you're close. But I don't got 10 more minutes in me because I can feel like I could just start rambling. But like I said, I'm Jelan Abrams. Leave your stuff in the comment, like, share. Unknown and talented. We'll see you next week.